What is up, guys? It is your boy N607 here. Welcome to an updated collection video. This is going to be one of the few times I do this because, holy god, I've got a lot to go through. So I'm going to be going through my PS4 games collection again. Now, I did do a video on my PS4 games collection about like a little over a year ago, but I have amassed so many games. I have 50 physical games now. And I've got even more digital as well that I will also show. So this is going to be, I have so much to go through. Let's start this off. It started off with quite a bang. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. This game is absolutely amazing. If you have not played this game, please, please, please play this game. It is such a good game. And it's going to be coming to Nintendo Switch next year, so you don't have a reason to not pick this game up. Please get it. It's so good. It's one of the best visual novel / strategic RPG games I've played. Super really good game. Now, a game that's not as good, in my opinion, is Among Us. You're not going to see it very well because of the glare, but Among Us. I don't really know what to really say about it because it's kind of just a game that I have for some reason. I barely even played much of it either. I don't really have much thoughts on it. Next game is Angry Birds Star Wars. I bought this game for $15, and it's not that good. It's not good at all. It literally is worse than the mobile version. Like, the only thing is that with like the PS4 controller, you can use the touchpad to essentially like control where you're flinging the bird, which is kind of cool. But it's much more precise with an actual tablet. So screw this game. It's not that good. The next game, I just gotta make sure on this, is another digital one, Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2 Deluxe. You're not gonna see it that well. But AVGN 1 and 2 Deluxe, that game is pretty alright. It's a good game. I like that they brought AVGN Adventures and AVGN 2 assimilation to like modern consoles. And it's quite good. It has some improvements. And yeah, not much else to really say about it. Next game is Astrobot Rescue Mission. So this one you can see a lot better. Astrobot Rescue Mission is one of the VR games that I have, and it is incredibly good. It is, if you have a PlayStation VR, please play this game. It is so much fun. It's so good. It's such a good platformer that makes use of VR. Really, really splendid. Next game is Beat Saber. Beat Saber is another PlayStation VR game, one of the more popular ones. It's kind of like Fruit Ninja, except you're slashing away at various beats and whatnot. It's really, really fun. Although the game can get a bit difficult, though, although I just might not be good at it, so I don't know. Next game is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I love Black Ops 3 the most out of the Call of Duty series, and I wanted Black Ops 3 for PlayStation 4. I wanted it ever since I sold my Xbox One because I originally had this game on my Xbox One. But I finally got the game on PS4 and it's really good on there. It's my favorite Call of Duty. I love this game a lot. Next game is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, this was the other Call of Duty. This was the first one I got a couple of years ago. And this game's also quite good, but I don't really play it that much anymore because the game just takes up so much goddamn space on my PlayStation 4. It's just, I'd rather play Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is more fun in my opinion. Next game is Castle Crashers Remastered. You're not going to see it, but yeah. Castle Crashers Remastered. That game is a pretty good beat-em-up game. I'm not really that good at beat-em-ups though, so I haven't really gotten that far in the game. Though that is more than likely because it's more of a multiplayer-oriented game, so it's probably easier that way. But Castle Crashers is such a cute game. I love the style of the game. I love the gameplay of it. I love the music as well. It's really, really solid. Next game is Celeste. So I played Celeste around this time last year, and Celeste is a pretty good game. I don't know if I would consider it a Game of the Year game though, because it's a good game, but I that's all I'm gonna really say about it. I don't think it's amazing per se. And the next game is actually a game I don't have on my PlayStation yet, but Concrete Genie. Now I have not played this one yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. I'm excited to check this one out. I don't have enough to say about it because I have not played it yet, so I can't really say much about it at all. Next game is Crash Team Racing Nitro Field. Funny story, when I first got this game, I actually got I think it was like a factory defect or something like that, because the case was all bent and the disc literally did not work. So I bought this from a Target too. It wasn't even like a GameStop or something like that. So then I got the game here, and it's pretty good. I really should play this game again sometime, because it's actually not that bad of a game. It's a fun racing game, and I like it. Even if it is a bit of a Mario Kart ripoff. So, next game is Cuphead. You can't see it. I actually do have the platinum for this game, which is probably the hardest platinum I've gotten. Maybe. I don't know. But that game is pretty damn good too. I love Cuphead. It's a great game. Absolutely amazing. Next game is Cyberpunk 2077. A game that is not so good. But the thing with Cyberpunk, though, is that lately it's been getting a lot more praise. Like, I've seen this game getting a lot more praise, and I think that's because CD Projekt Red has been updating this game to make it better. So I personally just didn't really get into this game at all. It wasn't necessarily just the fact that the game was buggy. It's just the fact that it wasn't really my thing, so I don't really have a lot positive to say about it. I will say it's an ambitious game, but it's not an amazing game at all. Next is another game that I don't actually have on my PlayStation yet. That being Detroit Become Human. And I actually have the Spanish version for some reason, because Amazon sent me the game with, like, all in Spanish. So I don't know what that stuff means, but Detroit Become Human, it's like a Telltale game. It's by Quantic Dream. I want to play this game at some point. I've heard it's quite good. I probably will play it when I go on break. I'm not sure though. Oh boy, I've got a lot of games to go through. Alright. Next game, Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I did recently platinum this game, making this my 20th platinum, which is how I wanted to reach 20 platinums this year, so I'm very glad I reached that. This isn't too different from the PS5 version, like at all. I think the only difference is that it's a little slower, but there's not really much of a difference at all. And I've mentioned my thoughts on DLC Plus before. If you're going to play this game, please play it on consoles. It's much more worth it on there. But overall, I think it's an okay game, but it's just kind of a disappointment. I don't know. Next game is Dragon Quest XI Special Edition, I believe. Or Definitive Edition, Dragon Quest XI-S. I have not played this game yet either, but I really want to at some point. I've heard good things about this game. I would like to play this game at some point. Not really much else I gotta say. Finally got some more digital stuff. Being Dreams, which is Dreams. This game, I bought this game around the time it got popular, around like early last year. And it's quite a good game. It's a fun game to play, but it's not really a game I come back too much, especially not to create. Oh, hell no. I usually just play other people's creations, but yeah. Dreams is a pretty good game. Next game is Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. You can't see it, but Fall Guys. Fall Guys is one of those games that I don't really play it anymore at all. Unlike a game I'm going to mention pretty soon. I don't know, Fall Guys is just kind of annoying to me, so I don't really play it. It's an okay game, but it's not I think it's way too luck-based with, like, the party mini-games. It's just annoying at this point. Besides, who the hell plays this game anymore anyways? They're probably never going to make a Switch version. Like, that thing has been delayed so much. It's unbelievable. Next game is Fallout 4. I haven't really played much Fallout 4. This is the only Fallout game I've played, and it's not really my thing. I'm not really into survival kind of games like this. It's just kind of okay. I'm sure it's a really good game and whatnot, but I just couldn't get into it at all. And similar thing with the next game, Far Cry 4. This game I got quite recently, and I also just didn't really get into this one. I may play this more with friends, though, because I have a lot of friends that play this, and you can play the game. It's like campaign with friends, so that's cool, but other than that, I didn't really get into this game very much. It's kind of just inconsistent for me. Next game is the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I finished this game. It's quite a good game, but I'm not really thirsty for more. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, this game is pretty good, but I think the pacing of this game is a little eh. And I don't know, the fact that it's not the whole game, it makes it a little less impactful. Like, it is quite beefy in terms of content, but it's just kind of there. I don't really intend to play much more of this game. I don't even really know if I want to play the other parts of the game. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. The next game is Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. It's no custom background for this one. Now, Security Breach released recently, but I do not have Security Breach yet. I'm gonna play it soon. But Help Wanted is a pretty good FNAF game. It's a VR FNAF game, so you can play FNAF 1, 2, and 3, and a couple of other stuff in VR. I don't know why it took me that long. And it's a pretty good game, but it doesn't work the best with my layout, so it's fun to play every once in a while, but it's not necessarily, like, amazing. But it is still pretty good, though. Next game is Fortnite. I've actually got a physical version of Fortnite. Well, not the original print, but I've got one of the things. I have been playing this game a lot lately. I don't know what it is. And I'm going to be honest, I don't hate Fortnite that much anymore. Because, like, I used to really not like this game, but now I think the game's a lot more fun. I've been playing this game with my friends more. I've been playing it on PlayStation more. It's a fun game. I actually quite like it. I played them several times. I'm on PlayStation. I've done so for like the past few weeks. It's really fun. I like it quite a bit now. Despite what people may say or think. Alright, so the next game is Goat Simulator. Goat Simulator is kind of just it's kind of just, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of a playground kind of game. You're just kind of a goat. You're thrown into this random map. Or, well, not a random map. There's like 2 maps. Unless you get like the DLC or whatever. And it's pretty much just you being a goat and just messing everything up. And that's kind of all there really is to the game. There's not really a lot else to the game. It's just kind of okay. Next game is God of War. I've played this game, and it's quite a good game, but I do think the game is a little puzzle heavy in my personal opinion, because I got stuck quite a bit, but it's still a good game. I still definitely recommend giving this game a shot, and I'm excited for God of War Ragnarok next year, which I think should be quite good. Oh my god, this is going to take forever. I'm going to try and get through some games a little more quickly. Alright, Golf with Your Friends. This is a golfing game that you play primarily with your friends. It's quite a fun game to play with your friends. It's not really that much fun to play by yourself, but it is a charming game. It's cool. I definitely recommend it, though I may recommend the PC version. Next game is Gran Turismo Sport. I've talked about this game before. I unintentionally really like this game. I love this game's visuals, and I like the gameplay a lot. And I'm glad that Gran Turismo 7 is kind of just being a better version of this game. Like, it's taking the visuals and I believe the gameplay from this game and kind of in mixing that with the traditional Gran Turismo fashion with, like, the content and whatnot. So, I'm really glad, and I do still really like this game. Quite a fun game. The next game is Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5, I don't really need to say much about it. Though I won't lie, I have gotten a lot more tired of it as of lately because of various things. But various people that play the game all the goddamn time. But GTA 5 is still a good game, but it's gotten a little tiring because of, well, as I just mentioned before, and also Rockstar as a whole, so yeah. Next game is Horizon Zero Dawn. This is a really good game as well. I'm very excited for Forbidden West coming out next year. This game's really fun. Don't really know what else to say about it. It's a beautiful game too. Great open world game. Next game is Job Simulator. So Job Simulator is my favorite VR game. It's such a fun game. I love the game because it doesn't really push you too much and it's just a fun game to play. I like it. I like it. That's all I really need to say about it. Ugh, boy. Next game is Kingdom Hearts 3. I have not played that much of Kingdom Hearts 3. I used to have this game on Xbox One, but I bought it for PlayStation 4. I'm glad to have the game physically now, but and a way to still play the game. but I don't really have a lot to say about it because I haven't really played much of it. I'm not really a Kingdom Hearts guy. I know the games are really high quality, but I just don't have really much interest in the games. I'm sorry. We got quite a good amount of physical games to get through, so let's get through some. Little Big Planet 3. This game's quite fun. I didn't really get into the online level stuff. I mostly just played the single-player campaign, which I did beat. And this game's quite good. I like it, but it's kind of just there. There's not really a lot for me to say about it. I don't know. It's a fun game. Next game is a game that I don't have on my PlayStation or never played. Marvel's Iron Man VR, PlayStation VR game. I have not played this game, so I'm not going to even talk about it. Spider-Man PS4, one of my favorite games, one of my favorite PlayStation games of all time. I love the Spider-Man games, the Insomniac ones in particular, because I haven't played any of the other ones. This game is absolutely phenomenal. I love the remastered version as well, but I love this version because this version actually has a good Peter face. So, it's really, really good. I love this game a lot. It's amazing. I love it a lot. And I also love its follow-up, Miles Morales. Now, I did used to play this game on PS4, but I did eventually upgrade the PS5 version, and now I just put this game into my PS5. So it's more of a PS5 game at this point, but regardless, though, I love Miles Morales more than Spider-Man PS4. I love this game. I love the gameplay. I love the visuals. I love it. It's so much fun to play. Ugh. Next game is Medieval. So this is one of the games I got with, I believe, Cyber Monday. This game is good. I think the game's quite good, but it's not for me, though. I personally couldn't really get into the game very much. I played a little bit of it, and I was just kind of like, I don't really know. It's not really the kind of game I'm into. But it's still a good game, still a quality game, but it's just not really for me. Or I, at the very least, couldn't get into it. Whew, boy. Alright, next we've got Minecraft, the original. I don't really know about Minecraft. Minecraft's a really fun game to play, but I'm not gonna lie, I've gotten a bit tired of the game as well. I don't know, Minecraft's kind of one of those games that I gotta be in the mood to play. It's a great game, but it's a game I gotta be in the mood to play. So yeah. Next game is my most recent game as well. That's got a bit of a tear in the back. Oh, that's the fruit from the seal. MLB The Show 21. Now, I just got this game. I have not played it yet, but I got this game because my friends play the game and I want to play this. I have not played it yet, so I don't know how good the game is. So, moving on. And next, I've got the best PS4 game of all time, My Friend Peppa Pig. This game is absolutely amazing. It's okay. It's a little kid's game, so there's not really much to say about it. I did platinum this game. I did 100% this game, and goddamn, I need to find better things to spend my time on. But that's why I got Legos for Christmas. So, yeah. Next game is another great PS4 game, Orc Slayer. Orc Slayer is actually not that good of a game. This game has like a very low review score on Metacritic. It's not that good at all. It's a pretty bad first-person shooter game. It's not that good at all. Next game is Overwatch. Now, I'm not really an Overwatch person, but I know that Overwatch is quite a good game. I could maybe try to get into the game. I'm using my. I couldn't really get into the game. It's a very good game. I think the game's quite fun to play every once in a while, but I don't really like to play it by myself. Honestly, I'd rather play it with my friends. So, oh boy, got quite a lot of physical games to work my way through right now. So, let's go rapid fire at this. Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 and the arcade classics. I've only played this game one time, and it's good, but I didn't really get into it. I don't know, there's something about the PS4's, like, D-pad that it doesn't work as well as I thought it would. I don't know. But the game's still quite good. I need to play this game again, at some point in time. Not now, though. And next we got a bunch of Persona games, so let's get through these quickly. Persona 3 Dancing, this is a good game. I don't really have much to say about it. I like Persona 3's music mostly, but it's just kind of whatever. I did play Persona 3 earlier this year, so I did finally get to play through that game. So I kind of know a bit more, but it's kind of just, it's existent. Next game is the original Persona 5. Persona 5 is a great game. but there's not really much of a reason to play it when another version of the game exists that I'll get into in a bit. But this game is still quite good. It's never going to be coming to the Switch, though. It's never coming to the Switch. Forget about it. Next game is Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight, my very first PS4 game. This is the very first PS4 game that I ever played on my PlayStation, one of the first games I bought for my PlayStation 4, and it was also the first game that I platinumed. I really like this game despite its issues. Like, I have issues with this game. I wish this game came out sooner so that way I could get the soundtracks for Royal and Strikers in there, but I still like this game quite a bit. It's still a really fun game. And next game is my favorite game of all time, Persona 5 Royal. I love Persona 5 Royal. I love the characters. I love what they added with Third Semester with Akechi, Kasumi, and Maruki. It's just so good. I love this game a lot. I highly recommend that anyone who has a PlayStation 4 to absolutely buy this game. It's amazing. It goes on sale a lot, so get this. Please play it. I know that the Persona series has a bit of a reputation online, especially on Twitter, because people just don't shut the hell up about these games, which I'm not going to get into that right now. I have a video about that you can check out, Why I'm Tired of Persona. You can go check that out. But Persona 5 Royal, still my favorite game of all time, and still one of the best games. Like, let alone my favorite JRPG. Play it if you haven't. And of course, I've got to mention the game's follow-up, Persona 5 Strikers. Persona 5 Strikers, now I played this game mostly on PlayStation 5, but I did play a little bit on Switch. But Persona 5 Strikers is a pretty good game too. It's a very good follow-up to Persona 5. Although I will admit this game's impact hasn't lasted nearly as long as I would like, but this game is still very solid. It's a very solid game. If you play Persona 5, absolutely play this game. I believe it's coming to PlayStation Plus next month, so give it a shot. Alright, we're still not done with physical stuff. I got quite a bit of stuff. I've got some digital stuff coming up. PlayStation VR Demo Disc 3. It's just a bunch of demos of PlayStation VR games. Fun fact, this was actually the disc that I played that actually got me to buy Astro, so that's pretty cool. Now I've got quite a bit of digital stuff. The first one is... Now finally loaded. Psychonauts 2. I don't have this game downloaded because I actually had this game downloaded on my PlayStation 5. And I played the game on there. And the game is actually quite good. I'm going to actually just delete this from my PS4 now that I made the video. But Psychonauts 2 is quite a good game. It's a very good game. It's quite good. There's not really much for me to say about it, though. I don't know enough about Psychonauts, and I'm not too into it. But I still do really like the games, and I'm definitely looking forward to a potential Psychonauts 3. And I don't know why they put them out of order. They put 2 first, when it's like, whatever. Next game is Psychonauts in the Rhombus of Ruin. I played this game. I 100%ed the game. It's a good VR game. I'm surprised they make a VR game of this in particular. But Psychonauts in the Rhombus of Ruin it's good. There's not really a lot for me to say about it, though. It's a VR game. And next game is the original Psychonauts. And I played this one as well. The original Psychonauts is still a pretty good game as well. I would love to see a remake of this game, though. Like, just, bro, imagine how good this game could be. And, like, with, like, a remake. It'd be so good. But, I don't know. It's really, really good. Although I do have some issues with the game. Next game is Puyo Puyo Champion. So this game is more of the competitive style of Puyo Puyo. It's quite fun to play. It's pretty cheap too. You could get the game for I got the game for like $3 on Steam and PS4, so it's pretty good. Also, Sarah Lee is Best Girl. Next game is Puyo Puyo Tetris. So this is actually a European game because I could not find a US version of the game. And Puyo Puyo Tetris 1 is pretty good. I'm glad to have this game. Although I don't really play it much because I have Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 to play on my Switch and PlayStation 5. So not much of a reason to really play this anymore, but it's still quite good. Yeah, it's great. It's good. It's really good. It started the Puyo Puyo Tetris games. It got Puyo Puyo into the West a little bit more, and it's just a great game. Alright, I think... Wow, I put these games out of order. Jesus Christ. Alright, next game is Ratchet and Clank, 2016. Pretty good game. I like the game, although I will say that the game does have a bit of sections that do drag a bit with, like, Clank in particular, but I like the game. I think the game's quite good. I do like Rift Apart a lot more, though. I don't know, I think it might just be the 30 FPS for this game that just kind of gets to me. I don't know. I like 60 FPS more with shooter games. I don't know, but the game's still quite good, though, regardless. Oh god, this thing is absolutely lagging out like crazy on my Vita. Like, it's giving me lines everywhere. Alright, next game is Rec Room. This is kind of just a VR game, though you can play it non-VR as well. It's kind of just there. It's not really, there's not really much for me to say about it. It's just kind of existent. So, moving on. Another European game, Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know why this game is European, but yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2. I think the game is absolutely beautiful, but I didn't really get into this game that much. I don't know. I would like to get back into this game, but I don't really know. I don't know. Maybe I will. I know it's a really good game, and I like the idea of it being like a GTA game with cowboys and whatnot, but it's just kind of... it's okay. The game is very beautiful, I will say. Next game is Rocket League. Rocket League is quite fun. It's a fun game to play, especially with friends. It's really fun to play. I don't really have much to say about it. You drive and it's soccer with cars. What's not to love? So, next game, I know I'm breezing through these quickly, but it's because I don't know. I want to try and get through these quickly. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. I talked about this in my Game of the Year discussion with Jason Buttholes, which you should definitely check out. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, is a pretty good game. I'm glad this got brought back onto modern consoles, because it was delisted a while ago. I'm so happy to have the game, even though I'm also not good at it, because it's a beat 'em up, and kind of more so a multiplayer beat 'em up, like Castle Crashers, so I'm not that good at it. Yeah. Next game is finally physical stuff. Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus is a great game, but I feel like the controls are a little weird. I would absolutely love to see a sequel to this game, though. This game is so good. I would love to see a sequel to this game. Please do it. Please do a sequel to this game. This game deserves a sequel. Please do it. God, I would love that. I would go crazy if they made a sequel. Man, I'm running, like, I'm motor mouthing right now. Like, words per minute. Alright, the SMT Nocturne Remaster. Ugh, I have trashed on this game quite a bit, and I'm not going to be nice to it here. This, honest to God, might be my least favorite game of all time. I do not like this game's gameplay outside of the battle system. The battle system is okay, but I do not like this game's visuals. I do not like the story's just kind of weird. I'm not really the most big into the characters. I absolutely loathe the dungeon design. And the music's good, but it doesn't really stay in my head very much. So yeah, Nocturne is kind of... I know people like the game, but I personally do not like it. I personally despise it quite a bit. Sorry to say. Next game is Slender the Arrival. Slender, I barely played that much of this game. I played it on Halloween, and I just didn't really get into it very much. It's just kind of a blah game. I'm mad that the game's not 60 FPS. It's a 30 FPS game on PlayStation 4. Really? Whatever. Ugh. Good lord. Whew, we got some more physical stuff to go through. Snoopy's Grand Adventure. I talked about this game recently. I used to have this game on Xbox One, but I eventually gave up my Xbox One eventually for a PlayStation 3. So glad to have this game, because this game's not that common, and it's a very underrated game. I think the game is quite good. Absolutely give this game a shot if you can. It's not really anything amazing per se, but it's a really fun game at the end of the day, and that's really all that matters. Cannot recommend it enough. Next game is Sonic Colors Ultimate. I talked about this game in my Game of the Year discussion as well. This game's okay. It's a pretty average 3D Sonic game. It's pretty good. I like the music, but it's not really anything that special, and some stages piss me off. I didn't really like the first act of the final zone of the game. I did not like that. I didn't like dodging those lasers without enough space to go. That was annoying. Anyways, next game is Sonic Forces. I still have yet to beat this game on PlayStation 4. I beat it on Switch, not PlayStation 4. But this game is alright. It's an okay game. I don't hate it compared to what other people say, but it is a very short game, I won't deny. But Sonic Colors Ultimate is also a pretty short game, but but people love that game quite a bit. But Sonic Forces is kind of just there. Next game is SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I made a video about this a while back when I played the Switch version. I wasn't really that impressed by it, but I will say PlayStation 4 version is superior in every way. The game actually looks much better, and the game runs at 60 FPS. It's much better on PlayStation 4, and I'm gonna make a video on this game eventually because I honestly do have a different opinion on this game as to what I had last year. So I may make a video on this game pretty soon, maybe around the 2-year anniversary of this game. Maybe I'll even try to maybe finish this game on PlayStation 4 as well, maybe. Next game is another digital game, Stardew Valley. I have not played this game in a while. I couldn't really get into Stardew Valley. I love the idea of the game, but I just couldn't really get into it myself, so it's kind of just there for me. Next game is Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. I bought this a month before Banana Mania came out, and I'm not gonna lie, I like this game, but it's mostly my bias because I grew up with Banana Blitz. Like, Banana Blitz on the Wii was one of the first games I played, and I don't know, I like the game, and I think the remaster isn't that bad either. I do have issues with it, but I think it's still a fun game at the end of the day. Though if you are gonna get into Monkey Ball, play Banana Mania. It's a much better game. Next game is The Crew 2. This is a driving game. It's quite good. It's also a European game as well. Well, European copy specifically. But Crew 2 is pretty good. I don't know why people don't really like this game. I think the game's quite fun. I don't know. I enjoyed it at least. And then next game I've got is The Forest, which is kind of a horror game, sort of. It's kind of like a horror survival game, but it's not really that scary of a game. Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. The game's not scary. It's kind of just a whatever game. Then I got The Last of Us Remastered. I got a physical version of the game finally. I have played a little bit of this game. It's kind of just existent for me, though. I think the game's good, but I haven't really played enough of it to really get into it. Even though it says over 200 Game of the Year awards for 2014, but even so, The Last of Us Remastered, it's a good game, but it's not really, I don't know. Maybe I'll play it again sometime, but I don't know. And of course, I've also got The Last of Us Part 2, which I got quite recently. Actually, I got both these games, like, very close to one another. I have not played Last of Us Part 2. I assume it's good, even despite some of the directional choices I've heard they made, but still, I'm sure it's a good game. I'm sure it's quality. Next game is The Playroom, which is a Pac-Man PS4 game that uses a PlayStation camera. It's more of just a little toy you can play with, but there's not really a lot to it. There is DLC for the game that does have more stuff to do, but it's kind of just an existing game. It's not really that interesting. And then we have Playroom Vr. The Playroom VR is much better than Playroom, but it's still, the problem with Playroom VR is that it's based around the VR headset. But the problem is that it's very reliant on multiplayer, and I don't really like that. I wish the game had more single player oriented stuff. I think the game is way too heavy on that multiplayer when it's like VR, which you usually play by yourself, so yeah. Next game is The Sims 4. I haven't really played much of this game, and I didn't really like much that I played of it, so screw this game. It's by EA as well, so screw them to hell. But the game's probably okay, but I didn't really get into it much. Next game is Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege is one of the first games that I got for my PlayStation. I initially didn't like it, but I do think the game's okay. I do need to get back into the game, though. I don't know, maybe I could play it with one of my friends, but I don't know. The next game is Tom Clancy's The Division 2. I say Divisions 2, I don't know why. This game's okay, but I didn't really get into it either. I did like what I first like the first hour I played of it, but I kind of just got bored of it eventually, so it's kind of just that. Next is the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. I absolutely need to get into these games. I've heard great things about Uncharted. I have the game on my PS4, but I've not played it yet. I need to play the Uncharted games. I've heard amazing things about these games, so I need to get on that pretty soon. Then I got a few digital games, and I think that might be it possibly for digital games. But Undertale, I like Undertale quite a bit. It's a fun game. I like the game. It's a very unique game. I like it. It's quite good. Everybody knows about it, though. Next game is Uno. Uno's also pretty good, especially to play with friends. It's fun. It's fun. I don't really have much else to really say about it. It's Uno. So next game is Untitled Goose Game. So Untitled Goose Game is... I like the game, but I also do feel like the game could have been better. I wish the game was longer, and I also wish the game had more of an actual story. I don't know, it just doesn't really feel like there's a lot to the game. And maybe that's the point, but even then, it could have had a little bit more. And that is some audio glitches, or visual glitches. I do apologize about all the video glitches, it always happens. And that's actually it for my digital games. 2 more games to go. Watch Dogs 2. So this is another one of the first PS4 games I got. And I actually didn't really play that much of it after I bought GTA 5, but I did eventually go through this game, and it's actually quite good. I actually really enjoyed Watch Dogs 2. It's quite good, and I still need to play Legion, but Watch Dogs 2, I liked it. I actually really liked it upon a second viewing of the game. And then the final game to round this up is Yakuza 0. So I finally played Yakuza this year. I finally played one of the games. This game's pretty good. I don't really know what to say about it though. It's a very interesting game. But it's really good though at the same time. It's a really solid game. Absolutely play this game if you can. It's a very unique game. And that is it. That is 50 physical PS4 games plus, oh god, 26 more. So 76 games in total. I need to find better things to do with my time, or with my money specifically, rather than wasting it on PS4 games. But I do intend to grow my PS4 collection much more. I'm hoping to possibly, honestly, maybe get, I don't know, maybe 100 games, 100 physical games. I don't know if I know. Maybe I can at the end of next year, I don't know. But that's where my game pickups videos are going to be coming in. So, I'm going to take a little bit of this to announce something new that's going to be happening next year. I'm going to be because this was one of the very few cases where I have an updated collection. So, because I usually don't update my collections very much. So, what I am going to be doing in its place, because I don't really have much more to show, because I pretty much showed collections of all my games, and they haven't really changed enough to really show them again. So, what I am going to be doing now, starting next year, are video game pickups. Every month, I'm going to be doing a pickup video at the very start of a new one, showing all the games I got in the previous month. So, yes, you guys will be getting to see the games I pick up and whatnot. It won't be nearly as long and as, like beefy as, my collection videos, but even so, though, I do still hope you guys can enjoy it. And that is it for this video. Let me know how many of these games you have, and if you were impressed or surprised or even a little scared at how many games I have here. But with that being said, this is NCS07 signing out. Peace out. Take care.